Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to The Gray Adventure. This here is another quarterly update video from us. The last one we did was in New Orleans about 4 months ago. This one's a little bit late, sorry for that. But we were right by the water last time, and we're by the water again. Yeah,
just a little lake. We're at a family campground in Northeast Ohio and hanging out here, and wanted to give you an update of where we've been and what's been going on in the last quarter.
But before we get to that, we want to do a little bit of a shameless plug. We have a big announcement coming up in about 2 weeks' time. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get a notification when that video is up. It's going to be a really big announcement. We're really excited about it. Can't wait to share the information and the news with you guys.
Yep.
But
you can also follow us on Instagram, because that's where we keep things up to date right in real time. So subscribe and follow on Instagram, and you'll know what's coming up for the next leg of the journey.
So back to the business at hand. We're going to give you our quarterly update. We usually start out with the numbers. Now this is our 5th quarterly update, which means we've been on the road for just over, well, 15, 16 months now. This video is coming a little bit late, so we apologize again for that. But with that, we wanted to share some of the details, and Rachel's going to start out with where we've been.
So where we've been, or you want the miles?
Oh, the miles. Yes. The miles of where we've been.
Let's give you the numbers. So in the last 3 months, well, our quarter is February, March, and April. So those 3 months, we traveled a total, we towed the RV a total of 3,112 miles. And all together with the truck also, so day trips and all that, we put 4,402 miles on the truck, so towing and day trips, which means since we've started on the road full time, we have driven our little truck 32,110 miles. That's towing and sightseeing and all that. That's a lot of miles.
That's a lot of miles in a year and a quarter.
Yep.
And then some other numbers. For the quarter, we just put out our quarterly budget update as well, with a complete breakdown of everything that we spent in the last quarter, like we do every single quarter. So make sure you check that out. We're going to link it up in the right-hand corner as well. But give you some idea of what those numbers are. Our expenses for the quarter were at $9,505, with our total for year since we hit the road. Since we hit the road at $44,527. And we get comments all the time, that's a little, that's a lot. Everyone spends a different amount. As we're going to touch on in a little bit, big expense for this quarter was going to Universal. We spent 3 full days at Universal for the entire family. That's definitely not cheap. But we also had some maintenance on the truck that we hadn't really had all year long. So we had probably like $700-800 of maintenance done on the truck. So that was some of our biggest expenses for the quarter.
But check out that video and you can get all the details of where our money went in the last quarter.
And the other stats we wanted to share is information from our YouTube channel. We really appreciate everybody who tunes in to watch these videos. We do it to share our lifestyle with other people, but for also giving information to people who might be interested in this lifestyle. So for the quarter, we finished up with 5,800 subscribers.
I don't keep track of these ever. He's the one that watches all the stats, and he's answering all your comments and everything. So he's the YouTube. I just make the videos and put them together, and then he takes care of all the rest.
And then also we got 520,000 views total for the channel, which is pretty amazing. Of those views, the biggest ones are our tour video for our RV, but also we started a new series with tour videos for other full-time families. If you haven't seen those, make sure you check that out. We'll be linking that in the video description below. We've toured, 5 to 6 other rigs from other families. They've shared their stories, their lifestyle, and their houses with us, so that you can get an idea of what their life is like on the road. So with that, we are going to now jump into some of our highlights. The numbers are done, we promised.
No more numbers, where we've been, and what we loved in this last 3 months. So in the months of February, March, and April, this is where we traveled. I got my notes to make sure I got it right. We started out in Texas at 1000 Trails Campground, and we celebrated Lana's birthday there. We were back in Waffle House territory, and she was so excited to have her birthday at Waffle House. It was like dream come true, perfect timing for her. We made our way to New Orleans, and that's where we celebrated 1 year officially. And we really just went into New Orleans one day, but we were at an amazing state park. We were at Fontainebleau State Park, and yeah, it was just incredible. There's wide open spaces. It was awesome. Then we made our way over to another incredible state park in Destin, Florida, Henderson Beach State Park. We did a little video just about that campground because it was so amazing. So make sure you check that out. But being back in Destin was like 1 year exactly, 1 year, 1 week we were in the same location. So that was cool to reflect. And we'd done that full loop of the US at that point. So that was really fun to celebrate. Then we made our way to Orlando, and we met up with our friends the Chans that you have heard about over and over again in our videos, because starting in Orlando we spent like a good solid 6 weeks or so with them. We were there and did our first day at Universal Studios to celebrate Mariah's birthday that was coming up. Then we hit the Full-Time Family Rally back in Madison, Florida, where we had been a year prior also, which was our girls' favorite campground. Then what came next? Then we zigzagged across Florida a lot. So then we made it over to Space Coast and saw a rocket launch and did the Kennedy Space Center. Then back to Orlando to hit Universal for a few more days. And then we popped over to Clearwater. We saw our closest friends from Italy when we were living overseas. They were there as well, and they were back in the US and hanging out there with us, and I celebrated my birthday there. Lots of birthdays in this quarter. And then we made our way down to the Keys, which we had been, that's why we zigzagged across Florida for so long. We finally got those reservations at John Pennekamp State Park that we were hoping to get in, and we got those, and that was kind of the big hurrah at the end of the quarter before we booked it up to Virginia, Northern Virginia, to my hometown to spend some time with my family. That was it. Did I get everything? That was all the things. So that's where we went. Mostly hanging out in Florida, zigzagging all around, lots of time at the beaches, which was my favorite.
You'll get to hear Rachel and my favorite things from the quarter, but we're gonna start things off with Mariah and Lana. You guys had a lot of fun this last quarter?
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing to do, Lana?
My favorite thing to do was my birthday and Universal.
What was your favorite thing about your birthday?
Waffle House and presents.
Yeah, this little girl was begging us to go to Waffle House for her birthday.
And it was only 10 minutes away.
Yeah, and what about Universal? Did you like all the rides?
Yeah, especially the Jimmy Fallon ride.
Why?
I'm Sarah.
How about you, Mariah?
My favorite things were Universal and the Madison Rally.
Yeah, what was the rally in Madison?
Well, it was amazing for full-time families, and I got to see all my friends.
Yeah, and how about Universal? You've been begging to go there for a long time.
Yeah, so I finally went for my birthday present. So I loved all the rides, but my favorite part was the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, or whatever it's called.
For my highlights for the quarter, I'm gonna say going to the Space Coast. We actually got to see a rocket launch, which I've been looking forward to for a very long time. We planned it properly, made sure that we were in the area, just the right dates, and we saw a beautiful rocket launch. It got delayed into the evening, so it got really dark.
It made it look cool.
But we've got a video for that if you want to check that out. We'll put a link in the description below. But then we got to go to Kennedy Space Center as well, which I've always wanted to do, just seeing all the displays that they have there, just learning everything about space and the, I don't know, all the space programs,
totally
going to the
nerded
moon.
out.
I totally nerded out for the day. I honestly wish we had 2 days to do it.
I even loved it, and I am not into space anything really, but it was really awesome.
And then going from Space Coast to the Full-Time Family Rally.
No, you have the order wrong.
The order is
whatever.
wrong, but whatever. Going to the Full-Time Family Rally in Madison was incredible as well. We went to the same rally last year, just being able to reconnect with some of the families that we met there last year, but also meeting new ones. I mean, there's There's a lot of people that are doing the same thing that we are, and the rallies are the best way to connect with them, just because you have 50 to 60 families in the same spot for 5 to 7 days at a time. Just gives you time to connect and then hopefully meet up with them again further down the road.
Yeah, and we got to do a bunch of tours and see inside houses, which is always part of the rallies, is going on a parade of homes and seeing inside people's houses. And then we got to make some videos about houses for families that travel on the road, which has been cool.
And then my final favorite thing for the quarter, I got a lot. My final favorite thing for the quarter was going down to the Keys. We were in Key West for
Not Key West, Key Largo.
Sorry, Key Largo. Key Largo for 2 full weeks. And that was incredible, just being able to finally have some really hot weather next to water. The last time we had hot weather, we were out west just baking in the desert, and that's never fun. So being close to water was incredible. We got to go snorkeling one day, we got to go kayaking, and just spend some time relaxing for a little bit before booking it up to Virginia.
And I'll say my favorite is always the beach, and so we hung out in Florida at beaches a lot. The Keys, of course, and Clearwater, and Cocoa, and Destin, and I mean,
Any
honestly,
beach is her favorite thing.
When we were first setting out to do this and travel the country, I was like, I'm fine just following the coast the whole way around and just seeing beaches all the time. But I loved being out west, and that was absolutely incredible.
She keeps saying she misses the mountains.
I miss the mountains in the west now that we're back on the East Coast. I really, really do. So as much as I only wanted to be at the beach, I fell in love with many other parts of the country. But this quarter we were at the beach, and we were on the coast, and that was my favorite, just hanging out at the beach.
And that's pretty much it for this quarter. I mean, we've been to a lot of places. We were in Florida for a very long time.
A little longer than we maybe wanted, but we got that reservation at the Keys, and it was worth it. It was totally worth it.
So that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see our other quarterly update videos, we've got a playlist of those, so make sure you check those out. Just gives you the highlights of everything that we've done in the quarter. There is so much to see and do, and we're looking forward to seeing what's next. And as we teased in the beginning of the video, we've got a big announcement coming up. 2 weeks or so. Don't want to miss that, so make sure you check back in for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we hope to catch you on the road.